Hi everyone, this time I am coming with a new application that is developed in Power BI for financial marketing. You may ask me why I have developed this application. Is there any applications in the market or because of that reason I have developed this application? No. We know that there are plenty of applications available in the online. Anyone can easily access that one, and everyone in the brokerage working, they have come up with some kind of idea to provide more detailed information about the shares for their customers and the users. So there is a number of applications available, and you can get plenty of amount of information from the network. Then what is the purpose of developing this kind of application by me? Here I just want to develop an application using my knowledge on R and Power BI. So it may be helpful. The one thing I can say that there is some insights I have brought up into this application. However, the important objective of this application is you can get more kind of details about shares or stocks in a little bit of time with this application. That is my hope. You can go through these applications and you can find a huge amount of information about the shares you want to know, or if you want to compare any two or more than two shares, you can get some fair idea with this application. The important thing is here the time you are spending is very minimum, because in trading the time is very much important. So that is the reason I have developed this application. It is you have to tell me whether it is very useful or not for your service. And one more thing is, I have downloaded only the limited amount of data from the open source site, that is high, low, open, close, volume. These are the information I have collected and I have created these applications. When I have more details information, when I have more details of how much trading and all those things, then I can improve this application so that it can give more detail about your shares and comparing your different kind of shares. So we can go through this application and find out what kind of information I have provided in this application. Before going into the application, we just want to know two very important measures that is used in the applications. We know that where every investment, the return is important. If you are investing some kind of amount, what is the earnings that amount gives us? That is very important. That is the return. For example, if you invested 1,000 rupees yesterday, then what is the percentage of return you can get today? That is what very much important in any business. So wherever we go in trading, it is very much important measure that can be used by which we can take our decision whether we can invest in this share or not. So the first one is the return percentage. The return percentage is calculated, that is the difference between the close price of prior day and today and prior day, and that is divided by the today's close price, and it is for the share percentage, it is multiplied by 100. So it is very important measures by which we can understand how the shares are performing over the period of time. So that is one of the important measures. And another one measure is the volume change percentage. Some traders, they are very much interested in the volume of shares that is traded every day for any particular share or a stock. They will take decision. If it is a bearing market or building market, they can take a decision whether they can sell or buy based on the volume of transactions during the bull period or during the bear period. They can take different kind of decisions. So these two important measures are very much important, and I am using these two measures only in my applications. Among from the high price, low price, closed price, open price, these two measures are very much used in my application to have some kind of idea about the performance of any stock you are interested. Now we can come to the application. The application provides us three filters. One is for the date range, other one is for industry, and another one for stock. We know that in the industry initially it was called segment. So industry may contain different industries. For example, we can have around 10 or 12 industries totally in Nifty 50. And one more thing I just want to mention is this application have 46 stocks that is coming under the Nifty 50. That is the way it has been developed, 46. So among the 46, because I could not get the data for the remaining 4 from that site, that is the reason I got only 46. In future we will get the 50 shares. I will find out some kind of way to get the data for those also. Not only for 4, we can get more data for other shares also. So the application will be developed step by step in future also. That is what I just want to assure you. So the industry is nothing but segments. The segments are different segments. When you select any segment, the corresponding stocks will be listed here. Now I have selected all the industries. That is the reason the stock contains and all the shares in the industries. These two are the 2 more filters. Apart from the date range filter, we have got these 2 filters. And there are around 9 pages I have provided with the data I have collected, that we will go one by one later. Now you can understand that there are 5 KPIs. The 5 KPIs is, and the first one is the average return. The second one is total return percentage. The third one is average volume change percentage, total volume change percentage, and the final one is the number of stocks we have selected here. So what is the KPI denotes as is, it is for all the stocks we have selected for the range of this date. The details shown here is based on this date range and the stocks we have selected. That is, this is for the whole stocks for the period of this. This is the average return percentage per day for the whole stock. If you have all the stocks in your hand, then you can have, this is the average return percentage per day, and this is the total return percentage for this period of time, that is January 7th to 4th March. So that kind of information you can get it. And apart from this, this is total return by stocks. Whatever the stocks you have selected, it shows you what is the percentage of return you can get for this period of time. And another one bar chart, it shows based on the weekday how much percentage of return you can get based on this every stocks. For the simplicity, instead of taking all the stocks, we can select only a minimum stocks. So what I will do is, we can select 5 or 10, 1 or 2, 5, how many you want you can select here. The only thing is you have to press the control button while selecting this one. So whatever you want you can select here. So accordingly the data will be changed. The data will be changed here. So it is now average return per day for these 7 stocks we have selected in the stock feature. And likewise it is a total return for the 7 stocks for this period January 7th to March 3rd. So likewise we can get the information, and here we can get, this is the way we can compare the shares also. So for this period the Chola Finance has given us 14 positive percentage, 14.38% return for this period. At the same time the Bank Baroda has given 12.88% positive. But in the negative side, the ICICI GI provides us very limited, that is a minus 17.75%. So this kind of information we can select by interacting with this application. You can select that range, and you can also select the stocks you are interested to compare. Then the application displays the corresponding values in the chart and in the KPI. Here in this chart, for example, the Chola Finance on Monday it gives minus 9.2%. That is during this period, that is 7th January to March 3rd, there are a number of Mondays. So if you have spent you traded on these Mondays, the return would be, the total cumulative returns would be minus 9.2%. If it is Friday, it is positive 5.56 percentage. For Thursday, it is 2.54 percentage. So Tuesday, it is 14.11 percentage, and Wednesday, it is 1.37 percentage. So what kind of information we can derive from this chart is, if a trader is to be selling his shares, then he can choose the day for Tuesday. It is just a suggestion, it is just a guidance, not the permanent one. If he wants to sell his shares, the best date would be for Solar Finance, it is Tuesday. If he want to buy the shares, the best day would be the Monday for the Solar Finance. So that kind of information, that kind of piece of information they can get while trading. So this kind of information you can get it while considering which shares to be bought and which shares will be sold on particular day. It is just a guidance. You cannot take it as a pin, because you know very well that in stock market there are plenty of changes happening because of a number of events during the day. So it is just a guidance. You can take your decision based on this one, and the next day you can follow up the market and decide whether you can enter into the market with that particular share or not. That is your decision. This is second page of our application. The same kind of information we are providing here also. The only change I have done in this page is, instead of time range, you can have year and month. So for the, if you are very particular about any month or year, then you can select it one. For example, in 2021, for the whole months, then you can get this kind of return. That is total return by stocks is for this one, and for the year 2021, that is you invested on January 1 of it is for January. We can select all the month. So this is the result. If you invested on the January 1st to December 31st of the 2021, that kind of information you can get. If you are interested only any month, then you can select here. For example, if you are interested only in August, then it will show for the 2021 August month result. You can compare the shares for that particular. If you are interested more than 1 month, that is also possible. Press Ctrl and select the month, then you can get another one, the results for these 2 months. When you are selected more than 1 year and selected only 1 month, then that is the month's transaction across the month. For example, you got selected 2021 and 2020, and selected here the March month, then this is the result of the cumulative value of 2020 March and 2021 March. So this kind of way you can get different kind of insights from this application for the data. So that is the way I have provided this one. If some are interested in month wise or year wise to get more idea, or across the year for a particular month how the share is performing, all those things you can get some kind of insights from this page. This is the third page of our application. It is just for the convenience. That is, if you are interested after selecting some shares or stocks, then you are interested to know which are giving best return and which are giving worst return. You don't have to select anything. Just you will select stocks here or there in the first page. Then it will show you. The first one shows you that the shares that are performing well. That is, among our selection, the Solar Finance is the first one that is giving the best return. That is 14.38 for the period of 7th January to 4th March. And the second stock is Bank Baroda. The third one is the GAIL. Likewise, you can get. If you select all the shares also, then it will show the best gainer and worst loser also. In the next one, we can have the loser, which is giving a most negative returns here. So it is Carthage CP has given minus 27.68% return. So that is the loser for this period of time. And the next one is that, because I have already told you that some traders are very much interested how much volume are being traded on a particular day, whether it is a bull market or bear market, they can take some kind of decisions. So the next one shows the percentage of volume change in the descending order. That means the percentage of change is better for some of the shares. That is, Bank Baroda is, even though it is minus 423.41 percentage, but however it is better for the other shares, because they have all got more negative number, I mean the large negative number. So the Bank Baroda is somewhat doing being trader for this period of time. And the next one is, which is the worst one, that is Biocon. It is not being traded for this period of time. Its volume of trading is very less. That is the reason it is showing that 725.86 percentage. That is cumulative percentage for the period of 7th January to 4th March. So that kind of information we can get it in the third page of this application. This can be useful while analyzing your shares.